up everybody, it's Amaya. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look right here. This really pretty, glittery, undone, messy, glam, holiday-ish, smoky eyed. I have no idea what to call this look. I just really love it. The star of the show today is this NYX glitter. So it's great. So yeah, I really like this look. It's very glowy, it's very glittery, like I said, very smoky and also kind of undone, which I like. It's not too like Instagram, you know what I mean? It's not too perfect, which is what I like. It's also super easy to do. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about this. My face is shiny, my eyes are shiny, my earrings are sparkly. I'm in sparkle heaven right now. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this look, other than I really like it. And if you want a really easy glam look, you've come to the right place, my friend. So yeah, I guess we will just get into the video. Okie dokie guys, so I have my headband on and I have one eye done already, so you can kind of see what it's going to look like, but I'm just going to go ahead real fast and prime my skin. I like to let my primer set while I do my eye makeup, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And I also already have my brows done. Okay, so for primer today I'm going to be using the YSL Touche Eclat Blur Primer. This is a sample that I got and I've been trying it out. It's kind of like a liquidy gel clear sort of thing with like gold sparkles in it. The sparkles don't show up on your skin though, which is nice, but when you kind of put it on your skin, it feels like the Smashbox photo finish primer, very like dimethicone-y. It's very smoothing. I don't feel like it fills my pores as much as the Benefit Professional does, but it still works really good for all over the face, and I like it. It also kind of smells like old school hairspray, like has like a really nice perfumey hairspray scent to it. I don't know, I like it. Some people might not like it, but I do. And then for a little extra help with my pores, I'm going to take some of the Benefit Professional, just a little bit, and put it in this area and also on my nose. Okie dokie, so I'm going to start out by priming with some of my Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer and then a little bit of the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer in the shade Porcelain. Okay, now I'm just going to set my eyes with this shade and this shade from the Pure Soiree Diaries palette. This is like obviously not a necessary step to use these exact two shades, but I just really like how they set my lid. So even though I'm not going to be working out of this palette today, I'm going to be using these two shades, but you could just use any bone shade or any translucent powder you wanted to. I just love the combination of like the peachy tone of the one and then the yellowy tone of the other. I think it just brightens this area up really well and just adds a little bit of a brow highlight too. Okay, so I thought I would kick it old school today and hop into some of my single shadows, which I have not used in like forever because I feel like I've gotten so obsessed with palettes this past year that that's literally all I've used. So I want to get back into using my singles. So I'm going to go in with Peach Smoothie, which is this shade right here. It's from Makeup Geek. Very well loved shade, but any light peachy shade will do. Even like your bronzer, you could totally use that. And I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and blend this all over my crease. Okay, now I'm going to go into Creme Brulee, which is this shade right here. It's just a little bit darker than Peach Smoothie is, a little bit more neutral. On that same fluffy brush, I am also just going to blend this into the crease, keeping it a little bit lower than Peach Smoothie though. Okay, and then I'm just going to go into this shade right here, which I forget the name of it. It's Bake Sale. All three of these are from Makeup Geek, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but Creme Brulee, Peach Smoothie, and Bake Sale are all from Makeup Geek. So I'm going to go in with this shade on that same brush. It's just a little bit more like neutral than Creme Brulee is. A little bit darker, a little bit more neutral, and same thing. Keep it just a bit lower. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This is Tarte from Carity Beauty. And on a slightly more tapered brush, this is also a natural haired brush, I'm just going to pat this on my outer corner like so, just to get some of the color on there and then slowly start blending it out. Now I'm going back in with that fluffy brush and just blending everything. Okay, now I'm going to go into Americano, which is over here. It's just like a dark blackish brown purpley sort of shade, just a nice dark brown, and I'm going to take it on a smaller brush. This is a Morphe E28, and I'm just going to pack this on the outer corner to add some depth. Kind of the same motion as before. I'm keeping this one lower though and just patting it on here. But then I'm going in back in with the M441, which is that brush we just used, and blending it out a little bit more. Then just going to go back in with that fluffy brush and again blend everything out. Okay, now I'm going to go back into here and I'm going to take Corrupt from Makeup Geek. This is like the most beautiful black I've ever used. And I'm just going to take like an e.l.f. Smudger brush and just apply this pretty close to the lash line for some extra smokiness. I'm kind of working it up from the lash line a little bit, but really keeping it in that area. And once I have that on there, I'm going to go in with that brush that we used before and just blend that out a little bit. Make sure not to bring it up too high. And then going in with this brush, blending it out a little. And lastly, I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of Peach Smoothie on this fluffy brush and just blend everything out. Okie dokie, so now I'm going to go in with a little bit of the NYX Glitter Glue. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on the back of my hand. And then taking my finger, I'm going to pat some of this on the area where we didn't really put any shadow on our inner part of our lid right here. Okay, now that that's feeling all nice and tacky, I'm going to take this shade from ColourPop. This is called I Heart This. It's one of their metallic shades. It's really, really pretty, as you can see. Silvery, taupey, very sparkly, of course. And I'm just going to pat this on the eye, right where we put that glitter glue. This shade is so beautiful with like nothing else on the eye and just this. It looks so editorial and so cool. Or it looks really good with like a smoky eye like this. It's such a versatile shade and it's so glittery. I love it. And then I do go in with this brush right here and just make sure everything's combined. I'm going to go in with this NYX Face and Body Glitter in 06 Crystal. Look at this, you guys. This hollow glitter. Love it so much. Very carefully take off the top. And then I'm just going to take a little bit more of the NYX Glitter Glue and put just a tiny bit more on my back of my hand. I'm going to take this really small flat brush. This came with like, I don't know, some like cheap makeup kit. It was like just one of those like flat brushes, but it works really well. Any small flat brush will do, like lip brushes. This would be perfect for this. And I'm just going to put some of that glitter glue on here and just lightly pat it onto the eye. And now I'm going to go in with some of the glitter and just pat a little bit on my brush. Tap it off. We don't want too much. And I am just going to spray it with a little bit of setting spray just to wet it a little extra. And then I'm just going to very lightly tap. You don't have to tap hard. The glitter will just distribute by itself, but I'm doing it like this and not packing it on really hard because I don't want it to be glittery, like opaque glitter. I want it to kind of be like a see-through, like light glitter. Okay, now for the scary part. I'm going to take my NYX matte liquid liner and hopefully be able to copy this wing over here. I always hate doing eye looks with eyeliner and like doing the other eye, not doing them at the same time, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, that actually went like way better than I expected and I'm like pretty proud of myself. Like I just feel like I did open heart surgery. That's how it feels when you're done doing eyeliner. Yeah, pretty much. I'm just going to go in with some of the Essence Pure Nude highlighter and on a little tiny Morphe E36 I'm just going to go in and highlight my brow bone. I love using this shade as a brow bone highlight because it's like perfect skin tone color and it's not too like metallic but it's not too subtle. It's really nice in between. And I am just going to clean up some of this glitter that has decided to run around on my face. Now I'm going to go in with some lashes. Ooh, they are the Boudoir lashes from Ardell. Right? No, Kiss. They are these are the Boudoir lashes from Kiss, and these aren't my favorite lashes because they typically poke me in the eye, but I actually just trimmed them like way shorter than I typically would trim my lashes, and I think we're gonna have an okay time because this side's not bothering me. So I'm gonna pop these on and we'll be right back. Okie dokie, so our eyes are done. Yay, they look so pretty and sparkly. I love them. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the face. So I'm gonna start out with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, and I'm just gonna spray this all over my face. Okay, so for foundation today, I'm going to be mixing some of the LA Girl Pro Coverage in the shade Fair and some of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Soft Ivory. I'm going to be mixing those together in my little cocktail with the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Primer because I want glowy skin today. And then those of you that know this, you know that I always put a little bit of high coverage concealer. I'm using the Come Correct Celebrity Concealer from Wet n Wild here. And I just put this on my nose because my nose likes to get very red and just eat makeup. So we have to do this that way we don't end up with a red nose halfway through the night, especially if you're going to be dancing or it's going to be cold outside and your nose tends to get red, or maybe you were sick and you still have a little bit of a red nose. Then I'm just going to take my L'Oreal sponge and I'm just going to start blending my foundation all over my face. If you have dry skin and you want a foundation mixture that's going to really last but also look very natural and dewy, I highly recommend this mixture. Pro Coverage is nice and dewy and it is pretty long wearing by itself, but the shade range is kind of off, whereas the Wet n Wild is a little bit more matte. It's still like on the satin side, but it's a little bit more matte and the shade range is awesome. So if you mix those two together, you just get a really, really nice combination. I love it! Okay, now for concealer, I'm going to be doing kind of the same thing that I did with the foundations. I'm going to be mixing. I'm going to be using the Catrice Liquid Camouflage in the shade Light Beige, and then the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer in the lightest shade, 01 Classic Ivory. The L'Oreal one is nice and hydrating and all, and the other one's nice and full coverage, so you get the best of both worlds. Okay, so I'm actually gonna let this concealer kind of set on my face, which is gonna scare probably a lot of you, but just trust the process. Trust the process. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in the shade Dark Cocoa, and I'm just going to like put a few dots right in the hollows of my cheekbones. And then I'm going to go in with a stippling brush, which I'm gonna spray with a little bit of primer water. And I'm going to blend this out. I've been so into cream contouring and just cream products in general lately, and I just think it minimizes the use of powder that I have to use on my face, therefore making me look less powdery, more natural, and less dry, which is what I always want. I love using a stiffle brush for this because it just blends the product so nicely, and it kind of absorbs some of it, which I like. Okay, now I'm going to go in and blend out that concealer. Okay, and now we're going to add on a few more cream products before we set the concealer. I'm going to be taking this LAQA & Co. blush highlighter. It's called Be Lighter Preacher's Daughter. It's this little tiny cream blush and I love it so much. It's just such a gorgeous shade. It looks really pink and very like shimmery, but it's really not. It just provides like the perfect glow. I use this on no makeup days. I use this on full glam days. Just looks really good, especially because I hate wearing blush. This gives me like the nice blushiness that I need, so I don't have to put on as much. I even concentrate a little bit of it on the apples of the cheeks, even though you're not technically supposed to put anything here. I just like take a little bit of the excess and put it there. I just think for like my face shape, the very square face shape, it just adds a little bit of youthfulness to it, and I just like how it looks. And the last cream product we're going to be using is the Makeup Revolution Champagne Liquid Highlighter Drops. I showed these in my last tutorial. They are gorgeous. Again, I just think using cream products is so great for dry skin because you truly do end up having to use less powder products, which is always the goal because you don't want to look cakey and dry. And now we can set our under eyes, so I'm going to throw it back with some Coty Airspun powder. I know it's been a hot minute since I've used this stuff. Just been stuck on my RCMA No Color powder. I don't know why, I really like that one and I kind of forgot about this one, and now I'm here, I'm back. So I'm just going to blend out the creases underneath my eye. Take a little bit of this on my Beauty Wonder and we're just going to pat this in. Careful to kind of avoid the highlight area right here. Keep this really close to the under eyes. Okay, now to follow everything up with some powder products, I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Light to Medium Bronze Booster right here. And I'm just going to take this on a e.l.f. pointed powder brush, which I have not used in a while. Been kind of stuck on my Real Techniques brush, but I forgot how much I love this one. And I'm just like barely touching my face, swirling this bronzer right on my cheeks. Because we did already put that cream bronzer, you need way less bronzer than you typically would use. And now for blush, I'm going to be taking this e.l.f. Baked Blush in the shade Passion Pink. Just really, really pretty. And I'm taking this on a Wet n Wild, I don't know what brush this is. Looks like this. I'm just going to kind of swirl this onto my cheeks on top of that blush that we used before. This might be their blush brush from Wet n Wild. I think that's what it is. This is also going to give us a nice glow to our cheeks. So now I'm taking a powder and my Essence Pure Nude highlighter, and I'm going to just be mixing these together on a big fluffy brush and doing the buffing technique all over my face. This just really works so well at setting your entire face and making your skin look very glowy and making everything blend together. I just love this technique. Thank you to the makeup artist who did this. And thank you to Wayne Goss who brought it to me. Okay, so for highlighter today, I'm going to be trying out this Strobe Light Instant Glow Powder from Milani. It's in the shade 02 Day Glow. The thing is, it got it from Ulta and it's broken. So we're going to be very careful. They're sending me a new one as we speak. But we're just going to try to work with it. And just apply this. I've heard such good things about these, so I've been wanting to try them. Pretty. That looks really gorgeous on the cheeks. And then, just because I like to be extra, I'm going to go in with some of the Mary Luminizer from the Balm. And just put this kind of right on top on the high points to add a little extra highlight. Ba-bam. As for my nose, I'm just going to take that tiny brush and add a little circle right here. A little line down my nose. I've been into precise nose highlighting because I kind of feel like it does like the reverse of nose contouring. It contours without having to contour. I'm just going to put a little bit of this on the inner corners, just a tad. Okay, now I know this is really extra, but I just have to go in to Beverly Hills Highlighter by Ofra and use the white shade in here for my inner corner highlight. I don't know why, it's just something I have to do. My makeup doesn't feel complete without it. It's just such a gorgeous highlight shade. I can't resist. Okay, now for the lower lash line, I'm just going to explain to you what I'm going to do real fast, and then I'm going to do it and put it in like fast motion. I'm going to take Peach Smoothie and mix it with a little bit of creme brulee and put that underneath. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Bake Sale and also put that underneath. Then go in with a little bit of Tarte, and then lastly a little bit of Americano. Okay, now I'm just going to take a little bit more of that NYX glitter glue, and I'm going to take that teeny tiny little brush again, and I'm just going to pat some of this right here on the inner part of my lower lash line. And I'm going to go back into that glitter. You guys can probably guess what's kind of cooking right now. Dot that glitter on right there. Be very careful not to get it in your eyes. I just love doing this with glitter looks. I think it just totally brings it to the next level. Makes it look so edgy and cool. I don't know. I love doing this. Even with like a matte eye and going in with a little bit of glitter. Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to set my face. I'm going to be using some of these Skindinavia, the Makeup Finishing Spray. This is the bridal one. Then topping that off with some of the e.l.f. Beauty Shield Daily Defense Makeup Mist. Then going in with the butt of my beauty blender and just pressing all those powders into the skin, pressing all that makeup in there. Okay, now I'm just going to go in with a little bit of mascara on my lower lash line. I'm not going to go really over where like the glitter is because I don't want to cover that up. So now for lips, it truly is up to you what you want to do. You could go with a dark lip, you could go with a red lip. There's like endless lip combinations for this look. It's just so pretty. But I'm going to do my favorite combo that I've just been loving so far. This is the two Smashbox lipsticks. I had little mini versions from the gift set in the shades Audition and Famous. Audition's more of like a cooler toned pinky nude, and then Famous, oh my god, let me show you Famous. It's like a nice peachy nude. So I like to mix these together and they just look so beautiful. The finish of these is just absolutely gorgeous. I love the mini size because they make them so easy to apply. So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you guys like it so much. Please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you decide to recreate this look, tag me in the looks on Instagram. I love when that happens. It's so much fun. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah. Bye.